I'm nervous looking at this face. It's just like got a lot going on.
For the last month, we've been living and skiing on Thompson Pass in the Chugach mountain range of Alaska. These mountains are big and beautiful with endless good skiing. During this time, we've skied a lot, but there are a few lines that really stand out. They are steep, exposed, and hard to get to, requiring a lot to safely ski them.
It looks super steep and scary.
But today, we link it all together. We do our homework,
We read all the different models.
stay patient,
Playing it mellow today on mellow slopes.
and successfully navigate our way through the glaciers.
Look at that beautiful sunset. Oh, we just have to get down. Pretty steep down there. Dropping. Oh.
Yeah.
So this is the process of seeing a line to skiing a line. This isn't following a guidebook or GPS track, but instead your own adventure and into the unknown, at least the unknown to you. One, see the line. Have a storm come in, then you need it to go blue, have a stable snowpack, and if all these check out, then it's time to sled your way to the base of the line, park and switch to skinning, then booting, and there you go. You're on the top and now it's time to ski. But it's actually way more complicated than that. What if the snow stability is actually way worse than what you expected? It gets too hot too fast. There's too much new snow, too much wind. What if you get really stuck on your sled or can't navigate your way? Or you just get lost? What if the weather window you thought you had disappears? There are new hazards you didn't expect, group dynamic issues, different risk tolerance and fitness levels, or you sleep in and miss it all. Yep, skiing a new line in good snow takes a lot of work. As Logan says, summits don't come easy. You have to work with them and be patient. The first step is to see the line and take lots of photos of it. Then you need a storm.
A few inches down here, they're like these wet, big flakes. Hopefully not too deep.
This is a great time to look at the map and figure out all the sledding and ski touring access. For this episode, we're focusing on two lines. They're both north-facing and start from the summits. This one we spotted from far away and will need to piece together the approach. But the other one we have been to the base of and skied from the col. The next step is a weather window. At this point, we have been here for a few weeks, getting familiar with the snow, storms, and weather. But, as we've learned and already gotten skunked many times, it's complex and hard to correctly forecast.
Ooh. Sun's starting to come out after the storm. Now we start the struggle of trying to determine which plan to go with the weather. So we read all the different models, trying to get familiar with like where the storms are coming from, where clouds hold, what the new snow is. There's so much spatial variability through different drainages and glaciated areas where some zones seem to have so much snow and others don't.
We call this our service portal because the metal camper blocks the signals unless you stand at this little window. From here, we look at the Valdez avalanche forecast, which is only updated 2 to 3 times a week, and then at a variety of different weather modules.
Has clearing this morning, and then should be good, and then good again.
Then it's time to get out, see what the storm brought, and how it's reacting and skiing.
First bluebird clear day after the storm. We got like a good amount of snow. 3 to 4 feet, wind, playing it mellow today, skinning, feel it out, see how tomorrow is, maybe step up to some bigger stuff.
So what did we find? While there is a lot of new snow and it's moving on solars, the snowpack is overall stable. So the question is, given that it's going to be clear and sunny, the snow stability is good, we've had time to gain familiarity with the terrain, and it's one of the only few bluebird days we have, do we try to ski 2 big lines tomorrow? Why not try? So then, it's another day with the same routine of standing at the service portal, collecting information, talking about the snow and avalanche hazards.
Like I'm a little nervous about climbing that slope.
And what we've seen and what we want to be watching for.
Try and go out with a conservative mindset, but if we see something that
enables us to climb a bigger, steeper line without compromising safety, then hopefully we can do it. Go up there with open mind, and if it works out, great. If you got to turn around 3/4 of the way to the top, better to turn around than to get pushed down.
With that mindset and plan, we start our day.
Time to get on the sleds. Scariest part of my day.
Here on Thompson Pass, we sled to access the skiing, which mostly involves sledding anywhere between 1 to 4 hours, getting as close to our desired ski line as we can before switching to skinning or booting. The lack of trees and the big glaciers make the sledding pretty accessible and easy to travel really far. But sledding also comes with a lot of challenges, at least for me, a fairly novice sledder. Little changes in terrain, like steep hills, creeks, or valleys, can make navigating tricky. You can get stuck, and when the snow gets deep, you can get really stuck. And because it's a machine, you always run the risk of having some mechanical issues. Basically, sledding can be great, but it can also be very frustrating.
I just want to put my skins on and start walking.
Scary,
Adrenaline.
and a total waste of time.
Button says that sleds can be a colossal waste of time.
No, I don't.
Since there's so many sledders on Thompson Pass, there's a lot of sled highways that are easy to follow. But today, we are venturing off the sled highway and into a smaller drainage to try and get to the base of our first line. It's sort of a fun game of looking at maps, photos, and terrain and exploring your way. And without a track set, it takes planning to find a route that both your sled and sledding skills can handle.
Lucky to have the boys helping me out. I would never do it on a sled without it.
My skills aren't quite there, but I can follow the track that Buttons or Logan sets, and then still need their help along the way.
I just fell off my sled on this climb, and Logan stopped it. And I can just try again. Worst that would happen is my sled would go into a little hole.
After 2.5 hours, we made it.
Seeing like movement on the rocks, getting solar input right now, just like with warming and stuff, so some slough moving off of those.
We talked for a while about the warming and the shedding from the rocks having the potential to feed into where we would be booting up. I was the most hesitant, but Buttons and Logan both listened and let me ask lots of questions. And with all the time talking, the sun was getting off the face, making it cooler and making us all feel okay with heading up.
I'm nervous looking at this face. It's just like got a lot going on. Serac, steep, big, we're way out here. I think it's good to be nervous.
I'm always working on my process of dealing with fear and nerves in the mountains. Often my fear is just from a lack of experience or lack of understanding. And so I try to break it down, thinking rationally and listing out facts. What makes me nervous for this line is the warming on the rocks, but the slope is going into the shade, so it is okay. I think nerves are good. They keep you focused and paying attention, but they also can become paralyzing and irrational. So how do you decide when your fear is taking over versus when your intuition needs to be listened to?
We had a nice sled shuttle up to the bottom there, and now we're going to take a nice skin shuttle up to the top.
What was the middle section?
Plate shuttle.
In this group, I'm often the most hesitant, but I also have the least amount of experience. And so, if I can identify and ask questions about what is making me nervous, I can better understand and then make an educated decision instead of an emotional decision. It doesn't always feel good to be the most conservative one, but I think that is par for the course. It's important for me to keep having a voice and bringing up my concerns. That's how I'm going to keep learning and gaining experience. Experience that can build into my intuition, because after all, intuition is just my subconscious mind protecting me based on past experiences.
We made it to the top?
Very top.
Yeah, this is the first summit we've done.
It's day 26 of the trip, and it's our first summit. What does Logan say? Summits don't come easy?
Here you go. You're good.
All right, kind of scary up here.
fine. Well, that was good. Oh, look at your track.
Those are kind of jump turns though until like the one wider one.
So what do we do now? We have good weather, good stability, snow is skiing great on Noyes, it's light forever because it's Alaska, and we already know the sled approach. Do we go for line 2? Might as well try. So we head back on our track, return to the sled highway, and follow that before turning off again into a smaller drainage.
We have come out onto another glacier. You can't really see it, but navigated through all the glacier stuff.
Sledding into this drainage is pretty tricky, so the boys go ahead to scout the best route.
I'm always the one that gotta find the way to. The weak link for sure.
And they radio me beta and directions.
I think you got it, but you need lots of speed and momentum at just certain moments.
Thanks, Buttons. See you soon.
Then I do my best to execute. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't.
There's a crevasse. I'm okay. Adrenaline.
Last time we were here, we skied from the Col. But today, with our gained familiarity in the terrain and comfort with the snowpack, we decide to go for the face. Looking at it from below, it is intimidating. Big and steep overexposure.
It's like 5:30 p.m.
Oh yeah, we got eternal daylight here. I think it's 5:30. 5:30 is probably like 6 or 7. Should be good.
Yeah.
7 meters of snow everywhere.
Buttons is always saying, we keep moving forward until it doesn't make sense. This open mindset and yet conservative mindset has really been helping me as we face these bigger lines. We are never fully committed, but instead slowly moving forward while continuing to ask questions and pay attention. Always open to the sign that doesn't make sense.
Now we're traversing to head up the face. Hopefully hit it in sunset.
Often, what doesn't look possible, as you get closer, the mountains show the way. The things that look so big and scary from afar become more manageable, and the uncertainty and questions are clarified and answered.
Booting ain't easy.
It's very hard. Deep.
Don't have a closed mind before you see the details. Don't get distracted with thoughts of I can't and it won't work. Instead, keep putting one foot in front of the other until it's time to turn around.
Almost to the sun. I thought we were almost to the sun a little while ago.
And maybe it's time to turn around before you even leave the parking lot. Or maybe it all keeps making sense and you reach the top.
Look at that beautiful sunset. Oh, we just have to get down. We steep down there.
Then it's the same thing. You don't get down the mountain in one turn. It takes a lot of turns.
I think it looks super steep and scary. Yeah, but not so bad.
And I took a lot of turns until I did eventually start linking turns. And then, the final challenge of the day, sled home in the dark. So there you go. That's how we skied 2 big lines in one day. We were here for almost a month, living and learning everything we could, and making a lot of mistakes, before finally piecing it all together. Summits don't come easy, but dream big, do your homework, be patient, and when everything aligns, it's time to keep moving until it doesn't make sense.
Should have it.